Thanks for joining us for our next bite-sized health lesson. Do you all remember back in March when we were hoping this would blow over in a few weeks? Unfortunately, we're 9 months deep now, and there's more COVID in Dayton and around the country than we've ever seen before. So today we'll be talking about what to do if you've been around someone who has COVID or if you get COVID yourself. The first thing we recommend doing is to try your best to stay calm. We know this might be easier said than done, but there are a lot of resources out there to support you, and we're here to give you some ways to take care of yourself and the people you love. So if you've been around somebody who has COVID, especially if you've been inside with them or if either of you were not wearing a mask, the CDC says that the safest thing you can do is to stay home and try to avoid people as much as possible for 10 to 14 days. And 5 days after you've been in contact with that person who has COVID, that's a good time to then go ahead and get a test yourself. So where can you get a COVID test in Dayton? There's a variety of places. There's a lot of places out there. But the one closest to the Runner Literacy Center is the Rite Aid that's right there on Salem. You can sign up at this link here to get tested for free. Or if you call your doctor, they may be able to give you a note so that you can go to Main Street where the fairgrounds used to be and get tested for free there as well. You may get your results quicker there, and they'll do the swab test for you. You have to do it yourself at Salem, unfortunately. So that is a great option if it's available to you. So why do we wait 5 days before we go ahead and get tested? That's because it takes some time for enough virus to build up in your body for the test to be able to pick up on it. So it is possible, although this is not the case for most people, that it might even take a little longer than 5 days for the virus to build up and for the test to pick up on it. So if you test negative, but then start to feel sick a couple days later, you might want to talk to your doctor. It might be a good idea to take another test. And if you do start feeling symptoms, it's also a good idea, the CDC says, to try to stay home for another 10 to 14 days. So your count, the clock starts over again at that point. So you do want to try to avoid people as much as possible if you are feeling those symptoms. If you do end up testing positive for COVID, the CDC has the same advice for you. You want to stay home as much as you possibly can and avoid people for 10 to 14 days. Unless you're still feeling symptoms at the end of 14 days, then you want to keep quarantining until all your symptoms have gone away. If you're living with other people, it's a good idea to try to keep your distance from them as much as you can, just to try to protect everybody. So if you can stay in a separate room, use your own bathroom, your own dishes, those are all helpful things that you can be doing. It is possible to order your groceries online. Most grocery stores do that, and they can deliver the groceries right to your house. Probably the cheapest way to do that is through Aldi, and depending on what time of day you order, the fee might be only a few bucks for the delivery. So that's a great way to stock up on soup and tea and over-the-counter cold medicine, things to help keep you comfortable while you're waiting out this sickness. And beyond that, it's just a great idea to rest and find things you enjoy, because a positive attitude can actually help strengthen your immune system and help get you feeling better more quickly. If you do think that you need medical attention because you're really having trouble breathing, it's a great idea to call the emergency room to the hospital where you would be going. They can tell you if you're questioning whether you should go in or not. They'll be able to talk you through that, and they might have really specific instructions for what to do when you get there. They have things organized to keep everybody as safe as possible. So if you do test positive, it's a great idea to go ahead and save the phone number for the emergency room where you'll be going, just so that you have that and you don't need to search for it when you need it, just as an extra precaution. But beyond that, it's a great idea to just get a lot of rest, find a great show to watch, and we all love reading at the Brunner Literacy Center, of course, so maybe find a great book and just rest and do your best to get well. Thanks. Take care, everybody.